We like to encourage moms to stay at home as long as they can. It generally takes about 2 months for the breastfeeding to get established. And that's because breastfeeding works on a supply and demand system. So the more the baby takes milk from the breast, the more the breast will fill back up with milk again. So the mom and baby need lots of practice to kind of get that system going. When moms go back to work, we like to recommend them to get the best pump that they can afford, either rent a pump or borrow a pump or buy a pump. We don't like to encourage them to get the inexpensive pumps because they can damage the nipples, and when you have a hurt nipple, it's much more difficult to put a baby to breast there. So we encourage careful pump selection. Pumping is a little bit intimidating because you're kind of plugging into a machine. We often find lots of dads are real interested in all the parts and things of pumping, and that's great because that's a good job for a dad to do, to be able to wash out the tubing and things like that. We like to have moms put pumping into their kind of lifestyle. It just takes about 10 or 15 minutes, and part of how milk happens is it's a hormonal response called milk ejection reflex. So it's easier to make milk if mom is calm and happy. And so we try and work pumping in so that it's not a big ordeal, that it's just something that they can do every few hours at work. We like them to have a clean, well-lit place to pump and feel comfortable and proud pumping because you're a breastfeeding mom and you're giving your baby the best nutrition out there. This is, between formula and breastfeeding, despite what the formula companies might say, it's not a Coke, Pepsi decision. It's baby's optimal infant food that's been around for a millennium and something that's not as good. So we like to talk about some of the issues that come up with breastfeeding, like when will I have the time, or moms worry that they're going to be, chained to the house or something. And we like to talk about how you can breastfeed in public and you can breastfeed anywhere you have a legal right to be. We have laws protecting breastfeeding. When you're working, when you go back to work, if your company has more than 50 employees, you have a place to pump. So all those things are kind of built into the support system. And we like to have a chance to tell moms that before they have their baby and go back to work.